on everybody, hope we're all fit and well. Happy New Year, all ready to get going again. So let's get ourselves set up, standing nice and tall. So drawing that tummy in, shoulders back, arms down at our sides, standing tall. And just wake ourselves up with our little balance move. So we're going to rock forwards till we catch our weight with our big toe and lean back till just before you think you're going to fall. So this sets our body up, wakes us up, gets us set ready to move. That's it, just slightly forwards. So we're bending from the ankles, not from the waist. So it's a whole straight body, taking that little lean. And then back, so just before you think you might fall, bring it forwards. Good, a couple more times. This just wakes up our senses, gets our balance picked up, helps us find a neutral position, and then so we'll centre ourselves so we're not leaning forwards or back. Then put your hands onto your hips or one hand in front behind. We're just going to tilt that pelvis under and then put the arch in our back. So we're just tilting under, that's it. So just bring that little squeeze of the tummy as we come under, then put that arch at the bottom of the spine. Loosens up our lower back. Helps set us up, finds a neutral spine position. All this time keeping our hips set nice, our feet set nice under our hips. That's good. A few more. Just gets in a position to start moving. So last one. And now hopefully you're nicely balanced. You've got some neutral spine. Get those feet going. So we're pedaling those feet, pushing the ball of the foot into the ground. And then our arms just start to join in, natural walking arms. So from the shoulder, opposite arm to opposite leg. That's it. So press that foot into the ground. So it's not about coming up high onto your toes, it's about pushing the foot down. And our arms start to increase the range of movement, bringing them up towards shoulder height. That's good. Bringing them up. We're gradually letting those hands come higher now. We're going to bring them all the way up. So we're pressing both arms back. That's it, a few more times. Good. That's it, one more each way. And bring it back down. Okay, so making sure those feet are still nicely under our hips. Standing tall, take your hands up above the head, over to one side, back over the other. That's it. Just gently over. Try not to rock our hips out too far to the other side. That's it, getting a nice stretch down our sides. A couple more, and we're going to change it around. We're going to take it into our windmill. So from this one, we're going to come all the way around in front, sweep it through, up, and change direction. That's it. Good, sweeping that around. If you need to soften your knees a little bit, just take some pressure off your back or your hamstrings. Absolutely fine. Just sweep that through. Wants to be nice, smooth, gentle movement. And hopefully you'll find now you're a little bit lower than on your first time through. That's it. Good, couple more. One more time. And bringing that down. Good. keep our feet set where they were, nicely under those hips. Bring our arms up with a slight bend. Head and hips stay forwards. We're just going to rotate that upper body. You might find after a couple of weeks off, you're a bit achy, a bit tight, a few creaks and cracks. As long as that's not painful, that's perfectly normal. This time we're going to let our head follow our hands. So we can turn a little further. That's it. That's it, looking round. Follow those hands. And release your heel now. So you can turn all the way like an owl, looking round behind. That's it. Excellent, keep that going. Good, a couple more. Last one. And bring that back to centre. Just let your balance come back, take a few seconds there. We're going to take our feet out nice and wide. We're just going to rotate those hips. Aim to keep your head fairly still, so it's just the hips rotating around. Nice big circle. So we're going to keep things fairly basic this morning. So we're going to have an ease out, a stretch out, a reminder of what we do to start the year off. Concentrating on the basic movements, but really focusing on how we do them. So let's change direction. That's it, taking it round the other way. How big can we make that circle with our hips? Just really easing everything out. That's good. A few more. Good, one more. And bringing that back round. Good. Feet back in under those hips. Give a stand nice and tall. We're just going to bring that knee up to hip height and down. That's it. So just raising that knee up to that hip height. That's it, so just bringing it up, still standing nice and tall and still. That's it, so when I turn to the side, that's just to show it from a different angle. You just carry on facing forwards. If I need you to turn, I'll tell you. Good, couple more, we're just going to extend it out. Okay, so next one, we're going to open that hip up. So we're going to lift, open out, in and down. Up, open, in and down. So we try and keep our hips pointing forwards rather than twisting our body. That's it. So those hips are staying forwards. Good. A few more times. That's it. One more each leg. Good. Last one. And bring that back down. Okay, still standing nice and tall. Taking our weight onto one leg and just sweeping through. So aiming to stand as tall and still as we can. Gently sweep that leg through. If you do need help you balance, feel free to use a bit of furniture, the wall, the person next to you, whatever you've got. That's it. Good, couple more. And bring that down, change legs, so reset yourself, get your balance again, take it through. Then just keep standing as tall and still as we can. It's not about how high we get the leg that's moving, it's about how still the rest of us remains. So we're fighting that movement, we're stopping ourselves falling over. Good, one more. And down. So back to the other leg. This time we're going to take it out to the side and across in front. So when we're ready, let's take that out and across. That's it. Really good, nice, steady movement. Again, it's not about going super high with that leg that's moving. It's about the rest of our body resisting that movement, stopping us falling over. Focusing on that balance and stability. That's it, one more. Oh, hopefully still there, just frozen on my screen for the minute. Oh, are we back? That's it. So lost you for a second, we've got you. That's it. So we're on to the other leg. I think we're changing just as that froze. So if you haven't swapped, swap over. That's it. Really good. Keep that moving nice and steady. A couple more times. We'll do one more. And bringing that back in. Excellent. Okay, so standing, making sure we've got those feet nicely under hips. And we're going to squat it down. So we just squat down, keeping our knees forwards over our feet. Bum sticks out behind. We keep that head and chest up. So we're looking forwards all the time. That's it. So squatting down, we're looking for that little chair or stool behind us. That invisible chair. Drop into 90 degrees if you can. But if your level at the moment's only dropping at 45, a little bit less, not a problem. Aim to progress gradually over the weeks, taking yourself till you get to that 90. That's it. Good. 2 more. Excellent. Good. 2 more times. 1 more. And bringing that back up. Well done. Okay, if you're not already at the end of your mat, just take yourself towards one end, facing along it, standing nice and tall. You're going to take your hands up above your head and roll down. So hands dive, chin tucks, shoulders roll, and we curl towards our feet. And then we unroll, stacking those vertebrae one on top of the other. Reach high. Nice and steady down. Bringing that up. Good. Excellent. A few more times. That's good. This next time we're going to stop at the bottom. So we're going to roll that down. We're going to let it hang. Heavy hands, heavy head. And then sweep around your feet in a semicircle. Going to give it a lovely stretch out all the way down that back, through the glutes, through the hamstrings. So if you're feeling tight in your back anytime, if you've been at your desk for a while, something like this is a really nice ease out. Just let your arms hang. And then to centre, slowly unrolling that back up. Reaching high, let that blood come back down out your head into your body. Back down again. This time we're going to put our hands on the mat. We're going to walk it forwards, out towards a plank position. That straight arm plank. If you do need to work off your knees, absolutely fine. We can hold it in this position with that straight line from knee to shoulders. But if you can, let's go feet to shoulders. Hold a few seconds. And then drop down onto your knees, sitting back on those heels. Arms forward, stretching in that child's pose. That's good. And then bring it up into a kneeling box position now. We're going to take it up into that cat stretch. So pushing your spine up, let your head drop. So we've got an angry cat there. And then relax that spine down. Spine drops, head up, low in the air. Getting that arch in the spine there. And then rotate through. Push up again. Good, rotate through to curling down. Good, one more of each. Pushing that spine up. Nice and high. And rotate through. And relax there, well done. Good. Okay, so we're going to go through the basic movements, change it up a little bit. What we're going to do is just alternate between an exercise on our front, our sides, our back, and we'll keep rotating through in that pattern. So rather than doing all front, all sides, all back, we'll alternate through, but basic type movements. So we're going to start in your kneeling box position with our basic Superman. So one arm extends forwards, opposite leg goes back, nice and long, then we're in, change to the side. Focus really on getting nice and long and straight. Try not to get that leg too high. You're straight and your back nice and level. Shoulders and hips stay flat. Let's take it down. So, in that kneeling box, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. And we extend, long and straight. Bring it in and change. If you can see yourself on screen, just check that that leg's not going too high. Bring it in. That's good. For your leg to be level, it'll probably feel like it's pointing slightly down. And for your arm to be level, you'll feel like it's slightly up. Bring it in. So picture yourselves with that tray of drinks resting on your back. You don't want to tip them off. Keep that back nice and level. So really focus on this technique of your basic movement. So we're not adding any progressions in today. I want you to completely focus on doing the basics right. That's really good. Nice and steady. Long straight line. You have a rope attached to your fingertip, another one attached to your toe, and pulling you long and straight. That's good. One more of it, each side. Last one. Bring that down. Excellent, well done. Okay, we're taking ourselves onto our side now. So I want you to lay out nice and long on one side. So resting on your hip, arm underneath your head, legs extended. Try draw your waist away from the mat. Put your hand in front for balance if you need. And if you can, just raise both feet fractionally off the ground. If you do need to rest them down, not a problem. But if you can get to this start position, and we're just going to raise the top leg. Nice and steady. Keep your toes pointing forwards rather than to the ceiling. Nice and steady, keep it controlled. And if we're able, keep that bottom leg just off the floor. That's it, nice and steady. Making sure we're not rocking back onto that bum or falling forwards. We should be resting on that hip bone with our hips stacked one on top of the other. That's good, really nice. Good, steady lift up. I'll say a couple more times. Last one. Bringing that down. Okay, swap yourself over, so we'll do the same exercise on the other leg. So just spin yourselves round. We lay down nice and long and straight on that hip. That's it, hand in front for balance if we need. Feet off the ground if you can. Raising that top leg. So really focus on that technique, keeping it steady, not too fast. And the leg doesn't need to be going super high. We're not trying to do the splits. We're using all those muscles around the hip to lift that leg. But we're also using all of the core, the other muscles to stabilize the body. Keep ourselves balanced on that hip bone. And to keep as light a touch as you can on this front hand. And if you really want to challenge yourself, you can take that hand away. If you're feeling confident or you've been coming for quite a while. That's it. Good, a few more times. One more. And bring that down. Excellent. Okay, we're going to take ourselves over onto our back now. So I want you to lay back with your back on the floor and your feet raised up into what we call tabletop. So we're in this position, laid back, 90-degree bend at hip, 90-degree bend at your knee. Point your hands to the ceiling. And we're just going to tap one toe down. So keep the knee at 90 and tap up. Tap the other leg. That's it. Aiming to keep the natural arch in the bottom of your spine. If you find over time that's exaggerating, the arch has got bigger, just engage the core, pull those hips back, and take it back to that natural curve. I won't say keep your back totally flat against the mat, because some people's spines curve more, and that way you don't touch the mat always. So we're going to add our arms in. So opposite arm drops back behind the head. That's it, good. Good to coincide the breathing. We'll breathe in, breathe out. In as we drop down, breathe out as we come up. That's it, breathe in, breathe out. Really good, just focusing on getting this basic movement correct. Keeping that spine in a natural position, that core engaged to hold us in tabletop. The temptation, as we've done more over the weeks, we get comfortable with positions, we lose our focus on the basics. So that's why we're starting the year, bringing it all back. Good, one more each leg. And bring that down. Really good. Okay, going back over onto our fronts now. So we're going to take it over, lay face down on the mat. When you lay down, I want you to bring your arms up to that position. We're going to do our torso raise. So we're just going to keep our forearms on the floor, raise our upper body, and back down. So using the muscles all the way down the spine to raise that torso. So let's take it to the mat. Arms down, legs extended behind, and lift that up. Using the back to do the lifting, not the arms, and down. That's it, really focus on using those muscles in the back to lift us up, slowly down. Try and keep your feet on the floor. If you do struggle to keep your feet down, one tip is put your toes together and let your heels fall out. That'll keep your feet down on the ground. So really using that back to lift, bring us up and down. Good. One more, and then we're going to extend it slightly. Good, so this time, as we get to the top of the movement, we're going to use our arms to take it all the way up, and then slowly down. Lift and extend. Good. Again, nice and steady. Concentrate on using that back to do the heavy lifting. Arms just finish the movement and provide support. Good. Couple more. One more time. And slowly down. And relax there. Excellent. Okay, we're going over onto our sides again now. So I want you to lay lengthways out, but this time bending your knees up in front. So hand under the head, feet together, bring those knees up. Hands in front for support again. I want you to lift your feet and your knees off the ground if you can. If you do need to rest them down, not a problem. But if we can, let's lift. And we're just going to open, lift and rotate that top knee. So it's opening up like a clamshell. That's it. Keep your feet together so we pivot from your hips and your feet. We're lifting and rotating that top knee. Keeping those hips stacked on top of each other. There's a real temptation with this one to roll backwards. Keep them stacked. Imagine you're up against a wall or a piece of furniture. That's it. So we're lifting and rotating that top knee. So it's working all the way around that hip, keeping those really nice and strong. Particularly as we get older, it's an area that can get a lot weaker, so we can keep our hips strong. Really going to protect us from those trips and falls and hip problems as we age. That's it, nice and steady. Take that really gradually. Good, two more. Excellent, one more time. Bring that down and then spin yourself round or roll over. We're going to do the same on the other side. So extending that out, getting those knees and feet together, knees bent up in front, lift off the ground. Lift and rotate that top knee. Remember, trying not to fall back on that bum, keeping those hips stacked one on top of the other. So it's just those muscles in and around the hip and the bum that are lifting and rotating that knee. And that's it. One more, lifting and slowly back down. Excellent. Okay, we're going to take ourselves over onto our backs again. So we're going to lay back, we're going to bring our knees up into tabletop again, but this time our hands stay down on the floor and just slightly wider, a little bit of a V shape with the arms. We're going to let both knees drop down to one side. When you feel the shoulder at the other side lift, that's when we come back up. Take those knees over. So we stay looking up to the ceiling. Rotate those knees over nice and steadily. Using all of our core, all those muscles around our middle to control that movement slowly down. Control as we come back up. That's it, down to the other side. So we can breathe in as we drop down, breathe out on that effort of coming up. So breathe in, breathe out. Really good. Keeping those feet and knees in that tabletop position. That's it, folks. I'm keeping that 90-degree bends at hips and at knees. Good. One more each way. And bring that down. If you need a little stretch, you can give those knees a hug if you need to little ease out. Good, let's bring that back up. So we're going to go back over onto our fronts now. I want you to lay nice and long, face down on the floor with your arms forwards in a V shape. We're going to move into our VW movement. So we're laying face down, we raise head and chest, then we squeeze our arms back to make a W, we extend, lower back down. So down on the mat, arms forwards, so we lift, squeeze back to make that W, extend, lower down, raise, squeeze. Imagine you're trying to grip a pencil between the shoulder blades, forwards and down. Good. If you do struggle to lift that head and chest, we can just do a small movement, bringing those arms back to the W, forwards and down. If you can lift, fantastic. Really strengthens all of that back. Particularly for somebody who spends a lot of time at a desk, this is really going to support and strengthen all those muscles that weaken as we sit there, curve forwards over our laptops. Particularly now we're probably sat at dining tables, we're on our sofas, laptops on knees, all the things we shouldn't do. That's it. Good, a few more. Good, one more. Then we're going to stay where we are for a leg movement. Okay, rest down. So you're going to stay face down on the floor. This time, I want you to raise your legs off the ground. So your whole legs, we're going to lift, long straight legs, and pull those heels together. So we're tapping those heels in. We're going to do a count of 8. Lower down, 1 arm action, down, 8 heel taps. So we'll start with the feet. So in position, we're going to raise those legs off the ground, long straight legs. 1, 2, 3. So pulling those heels in and down. One arm action and down, back to the heels. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Arms down, heels. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Keep that pattern going. For a few more repetitions. That's it. Good. 2 more of each. So 1 more of each. Good, last one. And rest that down. Excellent. Okay, we're going back onto our sides again now. So I want you to lay back out. Similar position to we were last time with those knees bent, but this time our arms come out at 90 degrees to the body. So knees bent up, arms out at 90 degrees. We're going to open the door. So from here, we're going to lift the top hand. We follow it with our eyes. We take it over. And we come back, over and together. So really nice. Open and rotate out. That's good. Bring that round. And then again, focus on that technique. Really follow it. Keeping your knees down on the mat. Knees together. Looking at that hand all the time. If you're tight on space, you might need to bend the elbow or drop the arm a little bit further down. Appreciate people probably on living room floors or squeeze down the side of beds and things. Just do whatever you can. That's it. Just a lovely stretch out again. So if you do find your back aching after being sat for a long time, this is a really good one to do. Maybe if you're at your home working rather than in the middle of the office, but who knows. Almost anything goes these days, isn't it? One more. Good, bring that together, and then let's switch round. So on to the other side. That's it, laying that down. Hands together, take that up and over. Let your eyes follow your hand all the way. Really good. That's it. Nicely up and over. So we're just going to do a few more. That's it, good. One more. Bring that back and together. Excellent. Okay, going over onto our backs now. So we're going to take it into a sitting position this time. So sitting yourself up, back nice and straight. That's it. Feet on the floor, take your hands forwards as if you're holding a football or something just in your hands. I'm going to take that back into a basic roll back. It's like a reverse sit up. So from vertical, we curl that spine, we roll it back, and then we squeeze and we come in. Just back to vertical, we're not reaching further forwards. That's it. Taking that back. nice and steady. So just as far back as you feel comfortable. So if that's nearly all the way to the mat, if you're feeling nice and strong, fantastic. But if you're newer with us and that's just past vertical, that's absolutely fine. It's about getting the technique correct rather than seeing how many or how fast you can do them. That's it. That's good. I don't know what they're doing in the gym next to me, but it sounds like they're about to come through the wall. So we'll, there we go. If you hear some banging, that's whatever's going on next door. Good. Couple more. Good. Last one. And then we're going to finish with one little challenge exercise. So we're going to extend our legs straight. We're going to lay all the way back, flat on the mat. We're going to roll ourselves up. So we lay back. Hands go behind our head. From here, bring the hands over your head when you see them. Lift the head, tuck the chin, and roll yourself forwards towards those feet. Try to keep the legs down on the floor all the time. And as we unroll, one vertebra at a time, back onto the mat, follow your hands over. So hands come over, head lifts, chin tucks, shoulders curl, forwards to the toes, unroll as we go back, one vertebra at a time, down onto your mat. That's it, bring it over, tuck in, roll up. Good, one more. This next one we're going to stop sitting up. That's it, bring that over, tuck and roll up. Reach for those toes. If you can grab the toes, brilliant. If not, grab your shins or your ankles. Let's stretch out, the hamstrings are back. Bring that up. Let's take one foot, cross it over the opposite knee and turn to the side of the bent knee. That's it. Good, change legs. Excellent. Bring your feet together and bring them in. Let your knees drop out. And if you want to take it further, use your elbows just to gently push the knees further down. Excellent. Okay, slowly up to our feet. So we've been down on the floor for a while, so don't just jump up really quickly. Don't want anyone going dizzy, falling back down. So standing tall, we're going to take one foot back. Bending the front knee, back leg straight, feet parallel, and then hands together, reach out in front. Drop your head. Good, change feet, other foot goes back, bending that front knee, back leg straight. This time, hands go in the small of the back, chest forward, shoulder blades together. Good, stand that back up. We're going to pick up one foot, having a little stretch, stretching out that thigh. That's it. So we're just about done, so our last one. We're going to reach for the sky after this one. That's it. Now take our feet wide. We're going to dip that down. We're going to sweep nice and high. One more time. This next one takes us to our toes and we balance as we reach for 3, 2, 1, and relax there everybody. Well done. Thanks very much.